Greetings everyone. Today we'll discuss about the communicable diseases. This is health education and community pharmacy in the DPharm 1, the syllabus according to the DPharm 1. So we will discuss about the respiratory system infection. So in previous video we have discussed about the chickenpox, measles and influenza, and today we will about diphtheria, whooping cough and tuberculosis. Now diphtheria. This disease occurs due to infection of Corynebacterium diphtheriae. This is the Corynebacterium diphtheriae. This microorganism is a gram-positive bacteria, and this disease mainly occurs to the young children in 3 to 5 years. Infection may occur to the throat, larynx, tonsils and nose. And this bacterial infection, they produce a toxin, that is a endotoxin, that affect nervous system as well as heart. Incubation period for this disease is 2 to 5 days. What are the signs and symptoms? The fever, mild fever to moderate fever may occur. Then prostration and weakness. Prostration means you will lie down, feel like lying down. And next is appearance of grays or yellow patches of membrane in tonsil, pharynx and larynx. There is a appearance of yellow patches, pale yellow patches. These patches, they actually contain lot of toxins. Toxemia means the toxicity of blood due to the entry of toxin. Toxemia may occur, and there will be pain and some inflammation could be there in the throat. That is where the patient may face difficulties in swallowing. Mode of infection, that is the droplet infection. There is some sneezing, coughing, so the microorganism may come out and they float in the air, and when a normal person get those droplets, then infection may occur. Fomites, that is the cloths or handkerchief, towel and bedsheet etc. used by the patient may be a medium for transfer. That is the fomite infection. We have discussed about this type of this infection in our earlier classes. Then prevention and control. First, detection of the microorganism by taking swab from the nose and the throat. So microscopically or with some antigen test, the microorganism first detected. Then the patient must be isolated and quarantined. So as it occurs to the very young people, so it is easy to isolate the patient. Disinfection of the fomites and used articles. The articles used by the patient must be properly disinfected. Prevention and control. So those things, prevention procedure I told you, that is the regarding the treatment, and So this is the prevention and control. So initial, this is diagnosis part and measures to be taken. Then prevention and control. So now diphtheria causes toxemia and fatality, lot of fatality occurs. Lot of patients die. So those patients who are affected more may be given diphtheria antitoxin. The dose of 10,000 to 50,000 units. Use of suitable antibiotics, as it is a bacterial infection. The antibiotics like penicillin, erythromycin, etc. must be given. Then assessment of the patient by sick test. So this test help you to know the risk factor for the patient. Then immunization of the patient by DPT vaccine or triple antigen vaccine. DPT vaccine or DPT actually multi vaccine. This is a multi vaccine. It gives protection against the diphtheria, pertussis and tetanus. And it should be given at the age of 1.5 months, 2.5 months and 3.5 months. Then it should be booster dose should be given at the 2 years of age. Then in the 5 years, a DT vaccine which contains diphtheria and tetanus must be given. Next disease is whooping cough. This disease occurs due to infection of Bordetella pertussis, which is a gram-negative infection. It occurs mainly to the children under 5 years of age. Female child are more affected than the male. Its incubation period is 10 to 14 days. However, illness may persist for 6 to 8 weeks. Sign and symptom. There could be mild fever, cold, that is the feeling of chill. In winter the thing we feel, that feeling should be there, the feeling of chill. Then irritating and repeating cough. The cough, one cough will come after another. The repeating, the one cough, second cough will come even before the first cough ends. So like that, coughing one cough, then before it ends, the another cough comes. It occurs a series of paroxysm without breathing, with a final inspiratory whoop. That is the breathlessness. The coughing impulse is so strong that you will not get the air to cough more. This type of coughing attack is severe at night, and there could be runny nose. The mode of infection, droplet infection, I have discussed already, and fomite infection. This is the mode of transmission. Isolation of patient, prevention and control. This is the isolation of patient, disinfection of fomites, nasal and brachial discharge, treatment with antibiotic like erythromycin, anti-cough medication for management of cough, and nowadays some inhaler may also be given to reduce the effect of cough. Immunization by DPT vaccine. This is the pertussis. Pertussis is the whooping cough. The pertussis, the DPT contains 3 antigens: diphtheria, pertussis and tetanus. This pertussis is the whooping cough for the triple antigen at the age of 1.5 months, 2.5 months and 3.5 months, followed by a booster dose in the 2 years. Tuberculosis. Tuberculosis is caused by a microorganism called Mycobacterium tuberculosis. It is an acid-fast bacillus bacteria. It is a very strong microorganism. It can survive in a dry state for 3 months. That is, someone coughed, that cough fall in some surface which is dried, the microorganism will survive for 6 months or more. Even if you put something in sunlight, then if microorganisms present, it can survive for 8 hours. Up to 8 hours it can survive. Especially if it is present along with some mucus. Infection mainly occurs to the respiratory system or in the lung. However, in the advanced stage, it may occur to the meninges of the brain, intestine, then your joints, lymph glands, etc. So the gland, if the infection occurs in the gland, that is called gland TB, which is almost bone TB and gland TB. These things are almost impossible to cure. Infection occurs more to the aged people than the younger people. Male are more susceptible than the female. Malnourished people, that is, who do not get sufficient food, nutritious food, are more likely to be infected. The people who are live in a crowded place, small room with less ventilation, clumsy environment, those people are more likely to infected. The people who are living in unhygienic places, then they are more likely to be infected. And its incubation period may occur from few months to several years. Mode of transmission, it can transmit by almost any droplet infection. We have discussed earlier contact infection, fomite infection, and infection may occur through milk. The cow may suffer from tuberculosis, and that microorganism may be present in the milk of the cow. So if cow milk is not properly boiled, so if you drink that cow milk, then infection may occur. So milk and food, if food is contaminated with uh, tubercular Mycobacterium tuberculosis, then the infection may occur from the food also. Fly infection, it is carried by the fly. So how the fly sit in the stool or mucus or cough, which cough exodus, and they sit there, and the microorganisms are attached to their legs and wings, and when they come and sit in your food, then infection may occur. That is the mode of transmission. What is the symptom? Early symptom, there will be fatigue. Fatigue, that is the tiredness. The person feel tired all the time. Then fever in the evening. Generally fever, mild fever occurs in the evening. Palpitation and rapid pulse. Palpitation, restlessness, rapid pulse may occur. Then gradual loss of weight. Gradual but quick loss of weight. Loss of appetite, you will not feel like eating. Chronic cough, sometime there will be chronic cough, not like whooping cough, but there will be coughing. Hoarseness of voice, the voice become husky. And in case of females, menstrual irregularities may occur. Then in the late symptom, shrinking of the cheeks. The cheeks that become shrinks, and the cheek becomes shrink and it become narrow. The eyes are sunken. The lower portion of the eye skin may be wrinkled and may come down. Dried lips are dried and darken. And another thing is bad and peculiar odor from the breath. So the exhale air may contain very bad and peculiar odor. And in advanced stage, what happens if not treated? Blood may come along with the cough exodus. So prevention control: first, diagnosis by X-ray, examination of sputum, and tuberculin test or Montu test. So these tests, generally all the tests are performed. In case of any positive indication, then all the other tests are also performed. Isolation of patient must be isolated. If it is a school going person, they should not be allowed to go to school. So home isolation is advisable. And patient must be treated with specific drugs like drugs for tuberculosis like isoniazid, rifampin, ethambutol, pyrazinamide, etc. Sometimes this tuberculosis microorganism, they tend to develop resistance against the drugs. In that case, a combination of drugs or MDT, multi-drug therapy must be given. That is, 2 or more drugs should be combined together for the treatment of tuberculosis. The patient should use handkerchief or face mask. During coughing, these droplets may come out. So patient may use handkerchief, cover his face with a handkerchief, and a face mask can be used. So this is this is for the people who already have the infection. Other measures nowadays, what is done? BCG vaccine is given to the newborn baby. At the time of birth, BCG vaccine is given to the baby. BCG vaccine, the name comes from Bacillus calmette urine vaccine, is given by a tuberculin needle. The reaction like fever, pain, etc. is not observed. However, after 4 months, reaction may occur. There may be some swelling which heals itself. So that is the BCG vaccine. This is given by Government of India free of cost. Now vaccine may be repeated at the age of 5 years, 10 years and 15 years. So that is the thing, vaccination. Another thing must be done, that is the eradication. Poverty is the one of the main cause of tuberculosis. So eradication of poverty. Then uplifting of standard of life. People are staying in a poorly ventilated, clumsy area. So their standard of living should be improved. Awareness regarding hygiene and sanitation. Awareness about the hygiene, that is the hygiene, that is washing of hand, cleaning of room, washing of clothes, and heating of food material like milk before eating them. These are the common hygiene and sanitation which people must practice. And last but not the least, that is the proper health education must be given. So 3 diseases we have studied: whooping cough, diphtheria and tuberculosis. So that is all. I thank you for watching.